both of you. Most of the time, the limited overs cricket is dominated by the batsman. But today, man of the match as well as man of the series is going to the bowlers. How heartening is this fact? You have scored a big point on batsman, I say.
Go for it, mate. You got three, sir.
Do you want me to go? Yeah, look, I suppose obviously the obvious change to the rules was the only 4 fielders outside the circle. So, yeah, I don't know how it's worked out, but at the end of the day, both Mitch, myself and the Australian cricket team are wrapped with what's happened this afternoon and this evening. And, yeah, that's all I've got for that question. Thank you.
Yeah, look, it's nice to see bat dominate ball every now and again. There's been some fantastic performances with both. Obviously, there's been a couple of big scores, a couple of double tons. Yeah, look, it's just been fantastic. I think the whole tournament, and I guess that for the Australian point of view, I think we've worked really hard at our bowling, not only in the World Cup but leading up to it, and to see it come off. I think every bowler who's bowled in the tournament, not just the guys who played the final, it's been fantastic. Mitch Marsh took 5 for in the first game. And missed out in the back end of the series. So to watch Jimmy take 3 for in the semi and the final, he bowled fantastic. But I think the whole bowling unit itself was awesome.
Usually in limited overs, it's if you want to. Usually in limited overs, bowlers are either strike bowlers or they're there to sort of lock down the economy rate. How have you managed to do both in this sort of World Cup? And is that something you ever envisaged it was possible to do both at the same time?
Yeah, I think it's been probably a bit of a luck involved, but I think we've all done it really well. I think we've all complemented each other throughout the whole tournament. I'm speaking on behalf of the Australian squad anyway, but yeah, look, it's been awesome. I think we've got guys who do things differently in the 15. You know, got guys who can swing it, guys who can bowl, a few guys who can bowl in the 150s. Jimmy comes and uses variations better than most people. So look, it's I think we've covered all bases with our bowling attack, and to see it come to fruition tonight, to restrict New Zealand, who've been more or less the benchmark from the start, to 180, was just fantastic.
Dan? Can you talk to us just a bit about how you, I suppose, debriefed on Brendan McCullum after the Auckland game and what you worked on to bowl to him ahead of today?
Yeah, well, I think we've watched him a fair bit through the tournament, be pretty destructive, and look, he's been a key player for them right from the beginning, and it's been fantastic for the Kiwis to get him off to great starts. So I think after that game in New Zealand, we knew we had to sort of assess him as we went, because he's very unpredictable. So I think personally, we had a bit of a plan going with Craig McDermott about just bowling a decent Yorker to him first up, and I'm not sure how that first one missed, but lucky that third one hit. So there's a lot of luck involved, but just nice to see that plan come off.
James, at the outset, congratulations on the World Cup win. Given that both captains wanted to bat first, it looked like a good batting wicket. Congratulations on the spell this morning. You seem to have troubled all the initial Kiwi batsmen. The Kiwi bowlers didn't seem to reap the same dividends. So what made you stand out, and James, on your comeback spell as well?
Oh yeah, look, I think what you said then was spot on. I think both captains obviously want to bat first in the final and set a decent chase. I thought at times New Zealand looked like they were going to get away from us. I thought Ross Taylor and Grant Elliott had an exceptional partnership, considering what happened at the start, to pull things back for them. But look, at the end of the day, to bowl them out for 183 was fantastic. And look, I thought with the pressure obviously of a final, our batters batted exceptionally well and backed us up. And no surprise that Michael got 50 and Smithy got 50 to get us home this evening.
Mitch, you've chosen to wear the black armband throughout. Was there a sense of wanting to do it for Phillip, and did you guys speak about that?
I think Pup and I have worn it throughout. I've worn it every day of training and playing since the event. So look, it's just a personal preference for me, and something we wore through the Test series, so I just wanted to carry that on. So, look, he will never be forgotten, and he's definitely part of this World Cup squad. And look, it's just, I think, yeah, it's just something that I wanted to do.
James, the question you have particularly mastered the art of bowling the back of the hand slower ball, and today it worked quite well. Can you tell us how difficult it is, and what is the margin of error? Because if you get it wrong, you can probably be hit for runs.
Yeah, I get asked about that a bit. I think purely I use it just as a change of pace, and so the batters don't get set. Obviously, I bowl on the power plays and at the death, so if you're bowling the same ball, there's more chance of you getting hit out of the park, I suppose. So I suppose the change up I use to obviously take wickets and also to change the batter's swing when they're trying to hit me to parts of the ground. So something I suppose sometimes doesn't come out as good as what I wanted, but tonight it was okay. I only used it half a dozen times, but in the end it worked out well for us.
Guys, 183 is not really a huge total, but it can be a tricky one to chase. What was discussed in the between the innings? What was said by Michael Clark?
Yeah, not much was spoken between us. We were too busy tucking into dinner, so
Beautiful, I feel it.
yeah, lovely dinner down there. No, as you said, sometimes they can be tricky, and I think we did a great job with the ball all round. So we definitely had the firepower in the sheds to chase it down. But look, runs to the board are always probably key in a final, especially a World Cup. So I think it was very fitting to see Michael score 70 odd in his last game. It was great to see. It would have been nice to probably see him at the end, but look, he did a fantastic job along with Steve Smith there.
Two of the younger stars in the team, do you feel well placed to create your own dynasty when some of the older guys give it up whenever they do? I mean, not just you two, but Mitch Marsh, Cummins.
Do you want to go? Yeah, look, I think this squad now has been together for a while, and I think that the tri series leading up to the World Cup was probably started before that, but that tri series for us was really about leading to this final, and I think we spoke about through the World Cup that we really hadn't played that perfect game with bat or ball, really all round, I guess. So to see us all play the way we did, we used all 15 guys through the tournament. Everyone played their part. So along with the 15 guys, the support staff have been amazing. But yeah, I think every game this summer leading up to the World Cup and then through the World Cup's led to this, and it's something we can take forward now with the senior guys who definitely got some time left in them. Obviously we lose Michael now, but look, we've got a lot of great senior guys around us. The staff have been amazing, and I think the young guys are really thriving on that, and it's something we can take forward now for the next 4 years leading into the next World Cup.
Mitch, I know you just want to enjoy tonight now, but how much confidence have you gained from this tournament, and do you have the belief that you can be this dominant in Test cricket as well? Yeah,
I guess a bit of time now between now and the Test series in the West Indies if I get picked. But yeah, look, I've really enjoyed my white ball cricket, not just this summer, but season's gone past as well. And it's something I guess I feel really comfortable with, and my plans and that confidence. But yeah, I think over the last 12 to 18 months, I've really felt a part of the one-day team. Really felt at home. So I think that helps a lot, knowing that I can play my part in this team really well, and we all complement each other well. So, yeah, it's something I'd like to push into Test cricket now, but we've got a bit of a break now before any of the Tests. But still a lot of work to do with white and red ball. Just going to really enjoy this moment.
James, you spoke out on the ground about how you won't deny you were worried with that injury. I'm just wondering how you reflect on your summer and how it's ultimately wound up.
Yeah, I haven't really reflected on it yet, but yeah, I obviously got asked about it at the presentation, and to be brutally honest, at the time I did it, I thought I was in big trouble. Yeah, the first 3, 4, 5 days were quite tough, but at the end of the day, the support staff were amazing around me to get me back on the park, and they gave me every single opportunity to do so, and that came from the selectors, came from the senior members of the group. They gave me every bit of confidence that I could get back on the park and contribute come crunch time of this tournament. So I'm very grateful. They could have easily wiped me out of the tournament, but I'm very grateful for the opportunity that I got given by the selectors and by the senior members and by the whole team to really buy into it. And look, at the end of the day, things have worked out. We've won a World Cup together, and everyone's really proud of that.
Last one in the middle here, and I'll go and get mine.
Mitchell, with this 2 new ball rule and with the kind of pace that you bowl at, and what kind of an advantage is it for a left-arm pacer, in these kind of wickets?
Yeah, there's some advantage, but there's definitely some disadvantage. We're going to get 4 fielders out, so it's definitely a batter's game. Yeah, look, I think somewhere like Australia and New Zealand, where there's a bit of swing about, I think that's the 2 new balls help at the start of the game. The ball's obviously a little bit harder towards the back end, so might swing towards the batsman sometimes. Their advantage towards the end, as opposed to the old rule. I think it probably swung more in New Zealand than it did anywhere in Australia. So I think you take the good with the bad. You've got 2 new balls, but you've only got 4 out. So definitely haven't taken too much away from the batsman. You still see big scores. You still see scores of 200 individually. A lot of 300 plus scores as a team. So still not too much in favour of the bowler.
Thanks.